The bass of the music pulsed through the cramped living room, vibrating the floorboards beneath Min's sneakers. Laughter and shouts from a dozen teenagers ricocheted off the walls. But Min's heart was a runaway train, hammering so loud he swore everyone could hear it. He sat cross-legged on the carpet, staring at the empty soda bottle spinning in the center of the circle. Knowing this game of truth or dare was about to ruin Heimer set him free. It was a Friday night in Portland, Oregon, at a house party thrown by Sarah, a bubbly senior who seemed to know everyone at Roosevelt High. Minh Tran, 18, a Vietnamese American with a sharp wit and a tendency to overthink, had only come because his best friend, Lila, insisted he stop being a hermit. Now, he regretted it. Across the circle sat Jaden Carter, also 18, a black track star with a jawline that could cut glass and a reputation for making Min's life hell since freshman year. Jaden's taunts calling Min math nerd or shoving him in the halls had been a constant thorn. Though lately, Min noticed Jaden's barbs carried less venom, replaced by lingering glances that left him confused. The bottle slowed, its neck pointing at Min. His stomach lurched. Sarah clapped, her eyes glinting mischievously. Min. Truth or dare? Min's palms sweated. He could pick truth, but the questions were getting too personal. Dare, he said, voice barely above a whisper. Sarah grinned. Kiss the person to your left. The room erupted in whoops and laughter. Min's head snapped left, and there was Jaden, his dark eyes wide, lips parted in shock. The air between them crackled, and Min felt the world tilt. No way, Min stammered, but the crowd chanted. Do it. Do it. Jaden leaned closer, his breath warm, smelling faintly of peppermint. You scared, Tran? He teased, but his voice was softer than usual, almost nervous. Min's heart screamed run, but his body didn't listen. He leaned in. Their lips met, and the room vanished. It was quick 2 seconds. Maybe 3, but it felt like a lifetime. Jaden's lips were soft, hesitant, then firm, like he'd decided something in that moment. When they pulled apart, the room roared, but Jaden's eyes stayed locked on Min's. Unreadable. The next morning, Min dragged himself to school, his mind replaying the kiss like a broken record. He expected Jaden to double down on the bullying, to turn that moment into ammunition. Instead, when Min opened his locker, a folded piece of paper fluttered out. In neat, slanted handwriting, it read, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to scare you last night. Jay. Min's breath caught. Jaden. Apologizing. He scanned the hallway, but Jaden was nowhere. Another note appeared at lunch. You're braver than I am. Can we talk? By the end of the day, a third note. Meet me at the park. 6 p.m. Please. Min's head spun. Was this a prank? A trap? Or something real? He went to the park anyway, driven by a mix of curiosity and the memory of that kiss. The air was crisp, the sky streaked with pink and orange. Jaden stood by a bench under an oak tree, hands shoved in his hoodie pockets, looking smaller than Min had ever seen him. You came, Jaden said, voice low. Min crossed his arms. What's this about? Carter. You've been a jerk to me for years. And now, notes. Jaden winced, running a hand over his close-cropped hair. I know. I was an idiot. I didn't know how to deal with this. He gestured vaguely between them. Min's heart skipped. Deal with what? Jaden stepped closer, his voice barely audible. With liking you. Min froze. The words didn't compute. Jaden, the guy who'd tripped him in gym, who'd mocked his sketches in art class, liked him. You're messing with me, Min said. But Jaden shook his head, eyes earnest. I'm not. Last night, it wasn't just a dare for me. I've been trying to figure this out for months. Min. I was scared, so I pushed you away. Stupid, right? Min's throat tightened. He wanted to be angry, to yell, But Jaden's vulnerability disarmed him. They talked until the stars came out. Sitting on that bench, the world shrinking to just them. Jaden admitted he'd been grappling with his sexuality, terrified of what his teammates, his family, would think. Min shared his own fears, his parents' expectations, the weight of being the good kid who never stepped out of line. The kiss had cracked something open in both of them, a truth neither could ignore. As Min walked home, Jaden's hand brushed his, and for the first time, Min didn't pull away. The next week was a whirlwind. Min found more notes in his locker: poems, doodles, confessions. Your laugh is stuck in my head. I saw you sketching in the library. You're amazing. Each one chipped away at Min's defenses. But school was a battlefield. Whispers followed them: classmates had seen the kiss, and rumors spread like wildfire. Jaden's teammates gave him sidelong glances, and Min overheard snickers in the cafeteria. You and Carter. Seriously? Lila asked, her eyes wide but supportive. Min shrugged, unsure how to explain the shift from enemies to whatever this was. Jaden started waiting for Min after class, walking him to his locker, their shoulders brushing. It was subtle, but electric. One day, in the empty art room, Jaden grabbed Min's hand. I don't care what they say, he murmured. I want this. Do you? Min's heart raced. He nodded, and Jaden kissed him again, slower this time, like he was memorizing every second. Min melted into it, fear and joy colliding. But the world wasn't kind. A week later, Min found his locker vandalized, the word freak scrawled in marker. Jaden's jaw clenched when he saw it. I'll handle this, he said, but Min grabbed his arm. Don't. It'll make it worse. Jaden's eyes blazed. I'm not hiding anymore. Min. Not for them. That night, Jaden posted a photo on Instagram, a blurry shot of their hands intertwined. Captioned, done pretending. The comments exploded. Some supportive, others vicious. Min's phone buzzed with notifications, his anxiety spiking. At home, Min's parents noticed his distraction. His mom, Lynn, asked gently, what's wrong? Con. Min wanted to tell her about Jaden, about the notes, the kiss, but the word stuck. His parents were traditional, their dreams for him tied to a stable career, a normal life. Would they understand? Jaden faced his own battles. His dad, a former athlete, kept pushing him to focus on track, oblivious to Jaden's inner turmoil. He'd flip if he knew, Jaden admitted one night, his voice heavy. The notes kept coming, each one bolder. Meet me at the pier tonight. I'll bring coffee. Min went, and they sat on the boardwalk, the Pacific Ocean stretching endlessly before them. Jaden talked about his dreams: running track in college, maybe coaching one day. Min shared his sketches, his hope to study art. They laughed, their shoulders pressed together, the world feeling softer for a moment. But reality crashed back at school. A group of Jaden's teammates cornered Min in the bathroom, their words sharp. You're messing with his head. Tran. Min stood his ground, but fear gnawed at him. Jaden wasn't unscathed either. His coach benched him after a heated argument, claiming he was distracted. Min felt guilty, but Jaden brushed it off. You're worth it, he said, and Min's heart ached with something new: hope. They started sneaking away to quiet spots, the park, the pier, an old bookstore downtown. Each moment felt stolen, precious. One night, under a street lamp, Jaden whispered, I'm falling for you. Min. Min's breath hitched. He wanted to say it back, but fear held him silent. The breaking point came at the winter formal. Min hadn't planned to go, but Jaden convinced him. Let's show them we're not scared. They walked in together, Jaden in a sharp blazer, Min in a thrifted suit. Heads turned. Whispers followed, but Jaden's hand in Min's grounded him. They danced, awkward at first, then lost in the music. For one night, it felt like they could be themselves. But outside, a group of guys waited, their taunts escalating to shoves. Jaden stepped in front, taking a punch to the jaw. Min's scream echoed as he pulled Jaden away, both of them running into the night. At the hospital, Jaden's lip was swollen, but he grinned. "Worth it," he said, squeezing Min's hand. Min wasn't so sure. The fear, the hate, it was too much. He pulled back, avoiding Jaden's calls, ignoring the notes. Jaden showed up at his house, desperate. "Don't do this, Min. We're stronger than them." Min's voice cracked. "I'm scared, Jaden. I can't lose everything." Jaden's eyes glistened. "You won't lose me." Min's parents overheard, and the truth spilled out. His mom sat him down, her face unreadable. "We just want you to be happy," she said, surprising him. "But be careful, Khan." It wasn't full acceptance, but it was a start. Jaden's dad was harder, his silence cutting deeper than words. Still, Jaden refused to back down. He organized a school assembly with the GSA, sharing his story, Min's hand in his. The room was divided, some clapped. Others walked out, but it was a stand. Months later, graduation loomed. Min and Jaden had weathered the storm, their bond stronger for it. The notes never stopped, now tucked into Min's sketchbook or Jaden's gym bag. "You're my home. We made it." They stood together at the ceremony, caps tilted, smiles wide. The world wasn't perfect, whispers lingered, and family tensions simmered, but they'd carved out a space for themselves. A love built on truth. As they walked across the stage, Min glanced at Jaden, remembering that first kiss. The notes, the fights. They'd faced the worst and come out stronger. Under the oak tree later, Jaden carved their initials into the bench, next to "Truth changes everything." Min leaned into him, whispering, "I'm falling for you, too." The words felt like freedom,